It's surprising yet telling that 85% of people experience low self-esteem tied to negative self-talk at some point in their lives. This statistic alone should make us pause and consider, what exactly is happening in our minds? Today, we're delving into a topic that's as challenging as it is transformative: overcoming negative thinking. This isn't just about silencing that inner critic. It's about empowering ourselves to live more fulfilling lives. In the world of Stoicism, we find profound insights on this journey. Stoic wisdom teaches us that our thoughts are not just quiet whispers in the mind. They're powerful forces that shape both our happiness and our suffering. The Stoics believed that while the world may not always go our way, our perception of it is entirely up to us. The Stoics weren't just ancient philosophers. They were mental warriors, battling against the chaos of uncontrolled thoughts and emotions, relying on rationality and inner calm to guide them. Today, I'll help you understand how negative thoughts affect us, and together we'll explore practical Stoic strategies to overcome them. We'll learn to harness the power of our minds to create a life free from negativity and filled with virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. If you're skeptical, I encourage you to stay with me. This discussion might challenge some of your beliefs, but it can also open new possibilities for growth. And if you know someone who might benefit from this, please consider sharing it with them. Let's get started. Underscore, 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 what is negative thinking? Negative thinking is more than an occasional bad mood or frustration. It's a pattern that can influence every area of our lives, from our mood each morning to our relationships, careers, and personal goals. But what is negative thinking really? At its core, negative thinking is a habit of expecting the worst, doubting ourselves, and believing we are somehow less capable than we truly are. So why do we fall into this trap? The Stoics believed that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of these events. Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This perspective suggests that it's not the external world that constrains us, but the lens through which we view it. Psychologist Carl Jung also explored this idea. He observed that much of our negative thinking comes from unconscious beliefs buried in our minds. Jung famously stated, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." By shedding light on these hidden beliefs, we can begin to reduce their control over us. Underscore, 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 underscore. The impact of negative thinking on daily life. Negative thinking has a pervasive influence on daily life. Imagine facing a challenge but feeling defeated before even starting, convinced things will go wrong. When we approach life this way, we limit ourselves from taking actions that could lead to growth and success. It's like rowing with all your might without realizing you're anchored to the shore. You're trying hard but not moving forward. Stoicism encourages us to question our thoughts critically. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, prompts us to examine our thoughts and dismiss those that are irrational or unhelpful. This introspective approach enables us to reclaim control over our minds, helping us to break free from negative patterns that hold us back. However, it's essential to recognize the role of societal and cultural influences. We live in a world that constantly reminds us of all the ways we're not enough, not successful enough, not attractive enough, not smart enough. These messages plant seeds of doubt, growing into weeds of insecurity that overshadow our true potential. Fortunately, Stoicism gives us tools to weed out these thoughts and cultivate a mindset based on empowering beliefs. This isn't just about ignoring negative thoughts. It's about understanding, questioning, and transforming them into constructive perspectives. The Stoic approach isn't about merely coping, it's about thriving. By mastering our thoughts, we master our perception and ultimately shape our lives. Let's remember that each thought we choose to challenge brings us closer to the life we genuinely desire. Identifying the roots of negative thinking. Addressing negative thinking requires us to understand its roots. This isn't just about recognizing bad habits, it's about identifying the deep-seated beliefs that shape our perceptions and influence our lives. Negative thoughts often arise from multiple sources: our upbringing, societal pressures, past failures, and sometimes even minor comments from others. Each of these can plant seeds of doubt and limitation that grow into persistent negativity. Many of us grow up in environments that don't always foster self-esteem. For instance, consider a child who is frequently told they're not smart enough, or who grows up in a system that rewards only perfection. Aristotle once remarked, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Applied to our thoughts, repeated negative thinking can form a habit that shapes how we view ourselves. Our experiences of failure and rejection can reinforce these beliefs. Each setback or criticism can confirm a negative inner dialogue that says, "I knew I couldn't do it." This cycle becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, not because we lack ability, but because we begin acting in ways that align with these limiting beliefs. Plato noted, "Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind." By examining and challenging our interpretations, we can begin to dismantle the foundation of negative thinking and replace it with a mindset that promotes growth. Fear as a major source of negative thinking. Fear is one of the primary drivers of negative thinking. While fear is a natural protective response, it can easily spiral into excessive worry and anxiety. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and fear of rejection often lead our minds to imagine the worst outcomes. The Stoics offer a practice called the premeditation of evils to address this tendency. This technique involves imagining the worst-case scenario to reduce its emotional impact. By preparing ourselves mentally, we can lessen fear's hold on us and build resilience. Jung's insight into unconscious beliefs guiding our lives emphasizes the importance of making these fears conscious. Many negative thoughts stem from beliefs formed in early childhood, influenced by family, teachers, and societal expectations. Bringing these beliefs to light weakens their power, allowing us to reclaim control over our minds. Societal and cultural pressures. Let's not overlook the influence of societal and cultural pressures on our mental health. We live in a world that often emphasizes scarcity and competition, creating high standards that can feel unattainable. This environment can lead to constant comparisons and feelings of inadequacy. Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus from external validation to internal virtues, encouraging us to measure success by personal growth rather than comparing ourselves to others. The Stoics remind us that everyone's journey is unique and that fulfillment comes from cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance rather than chasing external markers of success. The roots of negative thinking are complex, shaped by personal history, emotions, and societal messages. But by drawing on the insights of Stoicism and psychology, we can begin to understand and dismantle these negative patterns. This awareness helps us rebuild our mental framework with resilience and positivity. underscore 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 underscore. Building a resilient mindset. When we talk about renewing our minds, we're not suggesting a quick attempt at positive thinking. Instead, we're advocating for a deep, lasting transformation of our inner dialogue. This is about cultivating a mindset that enables us to thrive. The Stoic philosophers provide timeless wisdom on how to foster this change. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts, we can shape them to nurture resilience, inner peace, and courage. A core Stoic belief is that our emotions and reactions arise from our judgments, and these judgments are within our power to change. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound reminder encourages us to take control of our thoughts, examine them carefully, and align them with our values. Aristotle also emphasized the importance of self-knowledge. He once said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." This journey of introspection helps us identify which thought patterns serve us and which ones hold us back. By becoming more aware of our thoughts, we can begin to challenge the negative ones that may have become ingrained over time. The process of challenging and transforming our thoughts isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them on a deeper level to manage them more effectively. Carl Jung's insights into the human psyche complement Stoic wisdom beautifully. Jung believed that what we resist doesn't just persist, it grows stronger. Rather than resisting negative thoughts, Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge them, examine their origins, and assess their validity. This approach prevents negative thoughts from festering in the unconscious, where they can grow unchecked. Renewing the mind also means engaging with materials and activities that nurture positivity and foster growth. This might involve reading philosophical texts that challenge our understanding, engaging with art that inspires us, or simply spending time in reflection and meditation. These activities help us cultivate new perspectives and narratives that replace old, unhelpful beliefs. Socrates' emphasis on living an examined life is crucial here. By consistently examining our beliefs and the thoughts that arise from them, we participate in a continuous process of mental renewal, keeping our minds agile and our spirits aligned with our philosophical goals. This ongoing self-examination is not just a task, but a way of living that refreshes our inner world and keeps us grounded in reality. Plato emphasized aligning oneself with forms, the ideal versions of justice, beauty, and goodness. Similarly, renewing our minds is about aligning our thoughts with the highest and most virtuous versions of ourselves. By aspiring to these ideals, we build a self-concept that is strong, compassionate, and wise. In practice, we can start each day with a simple affirmation or a Stoic reflection that sets a constructive tone for the day. This could be a quote from Epictetus on the power of our responses, or a Jungian reminder of the strength found in facing our inner shadows. These daily rituals serve as the building blocks for a renewed mind. This principle also extends to our environment. Consciously choosing people, places, and media that support our mental and emotional well-being is essential. Seneca advised, "Associate with those who are likely to improve you." This timeless guidance reminds us to be discerning about our relationships and to foster connections that inspire growth and self-improvement. Aristotle similarly touched on the importance of relationships in his discussion of friendship, which he divided into three types: those based on utility, pleasure, and the good. The highest and most meaningful type, the friendship of the good, is built on mutual respect and admiration for each other's virtues. These relationships encourage us to become better versions of ourselves because they are rooted in a shared pursuit of virtue and excellence. Plato's allegory of the cave offers a powerful metaphor for understanding the impact of our environment on our perception of reality. In the allegory, those who live in the cave believe that shadows on the wall are the entire world because it's all they have seen. When one of them leaves the cave and sees the world outside, he realizes the limitations of his understanding and opens himself to higher knowledge. This metaphor illustrates how expanding our surroundings to include positive and enlightening influences can profoundly transform our perspectives and understanding. Jung's ideas about the collective unconscious and archetypes offer further insights into the importance of surrounding ourselves with positivity. According to Jung, our psyche is influenced by shared memories and ideas that form the collective unconscious, shaping how we see the world and ourselves. By choosing supportive, positive environments, we can shift our personal narratives away from fear and inadequacy towards strength and self-actualization. In practical terms, surrounding ourselves with positivity is more than simply being around cheerful people. It involves engaging with content and activities that reinforce our philosophical and personal goals. This could mean joining communities, both online and offline, that foster encouragement and constructive feedback rather than criticism. It requires us to be mindful of the media we consume, choosing books, films and programs that uplift and educate rather than those that perpetuate fear or despair. It also means creating spaces, whether at home or work, that reflect values of clarity, courage, justice and wisdom. For the Stoics, maintaining a clean and organized environment mirrored a clean and organized mind. Seneca's advice to hang on to your youthful enthusiasms reminds us to hold on to or cultivate passions that align with our better selves. By surrounding ourselves with positivity, we strengthen qualities that not only enrich our lives, but also inspire those around us, creating a ripple effect of growth and positivity. In our journey to overcome negative thinking, the Stoics remind us that intention alone isn't enough. Action is essential. Epictetus aptly stated, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This straightforward advice underscores a profound Stoic truth. Ideals must be lived out in action, not merely held in thought. Taking action, in the Stoic sense, means engaging in practices and behaviors that reflect our philosophical ideals. It involves making deliberate choices each day that align with values like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. By embodying these virtues in our actions, we challenge the negative thoughts that tell us we're incapable or unworthy, transforming our narrative into one of empowerment and self-efficacy. Aristotle also emphasized the importance of action in his concept of the doctrine of the mean, where virtue is not just a mindset, but a state of character developed through habitual practice. For Aristotle, we become just by performing just actions, brave by performing brave actions, and temperate by practicing temperance. Action is not merely an expression of virtue, it is the means by which virtue is cultivated. Plato contributes further insight into the transformative power of action through his theory of forms, which holds that true knowledge of the good necessarily leads to good action. By aligning our actions with our Stoic understanding of virtue, we bring ourselves closer to the Platonic ideal of good, uplifting not only our minds, but also our entire being. Jung's concept of individuation, the psychological process of integrating the conscious with the unconscious, underscores the importance of action in the journey towards self-actualization. Jung saw individuation as essential for personal growth, as it involves facing and embracing our true selves, including our shadows. True integration of Stoic principles isn't achieved in contemplation alone. It happens through engaging with the world, encountering situations that challenge us, and compelling ourselves to grow. Carl Jung famously argued that we are defined by what we do, not merely by what we say we'll do. stressing that our true character and psychological maturity are expressed through our actions. In Stoic thought, action means more than combating negative thoughts. It's about actively living out the virtues that define Stoicism. It's about making deliberate choices, big or small, that reflect a commitment to self-improvement and philosophical integrity. Whether it's choosing to speak kindly in a difficult situation, facing a long-standing fear, or deciding to forgive, each action we take brings us closer to the person we aim to be. Taking Stoic action also involves embracing life's challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of shying away from difficult circumstances, Stoics see them as arenas for practicing virtue. Each challenge becomes a call to action, an opportunity to demonstrate resilience, practice patience, or reaffirm our commitment to core principles. In practical terms, taking Stoic action can be as simple as setting daily goals that align with our values, engaging in community service to foster justice and kindness, or maintaining personal disciplines like journaling or meditation that encourage reflection and self-control. Each of these actions not only counters negative thinking, but also builds a stronger, more virtuous self. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that our virtues are reflected not only in our actions, but also in our words. The impact of language on our reality cannot be overstated. Epictetus advised, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." This underscores the inherent power of words to not only express our thoughts but to influence them. Stoics recognized that words could strengthen or weaken the inner citadel of our minds. Marcus Aurelius, in his writings, often emphasized the importance of speaking truthfully and effectively, with restraint and kindness. By aligning our words with these virtues, we reinforce our Stoic practice and positively influence those around us. Aristotle added to this understanding through his concepts of ethos, pathos, and logos, key elements of effective communication. He believed that credibility, ethos, emotional connection, pathos, and logical argument, logos, were crucial for persuasive speech. For Aristotle, our words don't simply convey information. They mold emotions, influence opinions, and inspire behaviors, making our speech a powerful tool for shaping the world. Plato's dialogues, especially those with Socrates, highlight how meaningful conversation can challenge assumptions and reveal deeper truths. Socrates used careful questioning to guide others toward greater understanding and self-awareness, demonstrating how thoughtfully chosen words can lead to growth and insight. From a psychological perspective, Jung emphasized that language can reflect and shape the unconscious impulses that drive our behavior. He believed that bringing these impulses into conscious awareness through dialogue and reflection allows us to integrate our psychological components, leading to greater wholeness and mental health. The power of words extends beyond our interactions with others. It also plays a vital role in our internal dialogue. The words we use to talk to ourselves can significantly influence our self-perception and emotional state. Negative self-talk, a common experience, can be particularly destructive, leading to decreased motivation and increased feelings of helplessness. Conversely, positive self-talk grounded in Stoic virtues can empower and uplift us. Engaging in positive affirmations, a practice often recommended in modern cognitive behavioral therapy, aligns well with Stoic exercises. These affirmations are not about unrealistic statements, but about reinforcing the strength and resilience that come from a Stoic understanding of control and virtue. By affirming our ability to manage our responses and committing to living according to our values, we strengthen our Stoic resolve. In Stoicism, the influence of words is not merely theoretical, it is deeply practical. It encompasses our conversations with others, our inner dialogues, and even how we interact with the broader culture. Each word we choose carries weight, either building or breaking down, enlightening or obscuring, healing or hurting. As we continue to cultivate Stoic virtues, we should be mindful of the transformative power of our words to shape ourselves, influence others, and help create a world more aligned with reason, virtue, and wisdom. So just click and continue your journey with us. Thank you for being a part of our Quote Stories Hub together. We're building not just knowledge but a community of wisdom and strength.